Hello and welcome to another video from T.W White Sons Mazda. We've got an incredibly rare and special car to show today. This is a 2020 on a 20 plate Mazda6. Now there's a couple of things that make this car very special. One, the fact it's a used Mazda6. The car's been out of production for probably something like 2 years now, and we are constantly getting asked when Mazda are going to be bringing it back and selling them new again, and delighted to have one on the forecourt. It's the only Mazda6 we have in stock here at Bookham at the moment. It's a GT Sport, so it's the top of the range specification you could buy at the time, equipped with a 2.5 litre petrol engine and an automatic transmission, along with an array of options and spec. I'll talk you through that as we walk around the car. These come so well trimmed. When Mazda released the GT spec and the 2.5 litre in the Mazda6 in 2018, very end of 2018, it was Mazda's flagship car. It was as good as you could get. It was specced with absolutely everything. All of the sort of executives and directors of Mazda all drove them just because they were so nice. It's such a wonderful engine and a beautiful looking car. The estates are a little bit rarer than the saloons, and it gives you that much more practical and usable space. I'll show you that as we go around the car. Now this is a one owner car. We know it very well. Our dealership sold it new to the one owner that it's had. He's recently taken delivery of a CX-5, so decided to make the move to an SUV. And in the world of SUVs, I still think estate cars and saloon cars have still got their place. This is such a practical car, offers you all the practicality of the SUV, but it's a much more driver focused and rewarding car to drive, and you'd argue a much better looking car as well. The car sits on 19-inch alloy wheels. These came from factory. It's in like a sort of, almost like a darkened silver or shadow chrome effect. They look very nice. All Bridgestone tyres all round. The car's covered less than 20,000 miles. Has an impeccable service history with ourselves, and is in wonderful condition. I'll show you the back of the car. So the boot in these is absolutely massive. When I had company cars, I would always try and opt for a Mazda6 estate if I could. You couldn't always get hold of the estates. Mazda brought a few less of them into the country, so it typically tended to be the saloons that you saw more of. But if you could get one, they were highly sought after, in demand cars. You have these little release levers here to be able to fold down your rear seats, and I assume they think you're going to be having something in the back here if you're an executive, because you've got something to hang your I guess you hang your shirt on possibly, and loads of usable space underneath the boot floor here as well. You'll notice you've got an air compressor and all your tools for what you need. This car has a 360-degree view rear camera, starting with one on the back. They also have cameras under each wing mirror and a camera on the front of the car. 19-inch wheels, which I mentioned earlier on. And as you step in, you'll see, I'll move the seat back, that just folded down. Seat belt out of the way as well. And you'll notice the car's got an upgraded Napa leather interior, finished in like a dark brown. Really suits the car. It's got a really lovely premium feel to it. A dark headliner, which if you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know I'm a huge fan of a dark headliner. Yeah, Mazda were clearly thinking about everybody in this car, not just the driver. So if you fold down the centre armrest here, you notice you've got heated seats in the back, as well as USB connectivity under that little cover as well, and vents to keep rear occupants hot and cold. Electric windows all round, power fold mirrors, the rarest of options, an electric tilt and slide sunroof. I'll jump in the car and try and get out of the wind. Sorry about the wind noise. These are all push button start. You press that button on the top once, and car comes into life. Other than needing a little bit of fuel, car's in good shape. Now you do have all your controls for your multimedia down here, including your Mazda radar cruise control, mentioned electric windows and power fold mirrors. Buttons down here for 360-degree view camera and lane departure warning, parking sensors. Car has automatic headlights, automatic wipers, as you'd expect. The multimedia system here has integrated navigation. I'll go for reverse so you get to see the camera as well. So 360 camera, you get that bird's eye view here, and then that rear view as well. The car has, it's one of the first times Mazda started dabbling with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So actually if you go into the apps at the side here, you'll see it will come up that you've got the options for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto here. If you're looking at another one, do check it's got that. a DAB radio, Bluetooth, hands-free phone connectivity, USB connectivity, everything you'd expect. If you look onto the windscreen here, you'll see you've got a colour projected head-up display just there. It's showing you the speed limit of the area you're in and the speed you're doing. It'll also show you satellite navigation instructions. Things like your blind spot monitoring information will also be available in there as well. The finish of the interior is just absolutely lovely. It's a real nice quality finish to the cabin. You've got things like suede on the doors as well as leather, suede across the dashboard here, little wood inlays on there. It just looks really nice. These are proper mile eaters. You could do a very long journey in this car and be incredibly comfortable. To assist with how comfortable you are, you've also got heated steering wheel, heated seats, ventilated seats. Now this was the first time Mazda had ever done this with the Mazda 6, so ventilated seats were something that we'd never had before. It has a fan in the base of the seat, basically down in the bowels of it here, and it pulls air through these perforations, so it's actually sucking the air away from you and it cools you down. If you've been in the car for like an hour and you turn these on, it's an absolute game changer. It's a wonderful feature. Dual zone climate control, single shot CD, the automatic gearbox, which does have a manual option on it. So if you come down into drive, push it across to manual. You've also got a little sport switch there, which you can flick up into sport, gives you a sharper throttle response and gets it to hold on to the gear for a little bit longer. It's an electric handbrake car. You just have to have your foot on the brake and you pull it up to take it off, to put it back on, and press it down to take it off. Cup holders down here and your USB connectivity in the centre console back there as well. You've got a mirror that's got like no sort of outer casing on it. I don't know what the expression they use for that is, but it looks really, really nice. Of course, it's an auto dimming one. Yeah, you've got the very clever adaptive LED headlights on this car as standard, and the all important 10-speaker Bose stereo. That is a grossly underrated feature. I think if anybody doesn't mention that stereo when they buy this car, they're mad. It is one of the best features of it. It's got an incredible sound to it, and yeah, it, for me, is probably the defining feature of the car. I mentioned adaptive LED headlights as well. So if you take a corner, the lights will corner for you. It'll put your high beam on for you, and it'll actually turn off individual LEDs in each cluster to ensure that you're not dazzling any driver coming towards you. It has the radar cruise control feature, which is built in behind the Mazda badge there, and something we get asked about a lot. There's so many details on this car we could go over with you. If you look into the wheel arches here, you'll notice there's this sort of cutout section. Almost looks as though it's missing something, but it's not. And what it does is takes air through this little channel cover here and passes air over the front wheels to keep the car stable at speed. Sounds really gimmicky, but it just works, and you'll see it when you drive the car. Yeah, by all means, come and have a test drive of it. You'll understand just quite how good this car is. It's got a fabulous history behind it, in very nice condition, and we'd love to have you down to have a drive. If you've got any other questions, by all means, pick up the phone to us, and we offer nationwide delivery, so if you don't want to miss out on an incredibly rare, difficult to source car, give us a call. I'd quite happily drive this car to anywhere in the country, to be honest. They're great fun to drive. We've got full finance facilities at the dealership, and we offer ceramic coatings on paint and exterior now as well, and 12-month Mazda warranty with all of our approved used cars. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully we'll speak to you soon. Cheers.